In 2011, the Coble family lost their three children, two girls and a boy, in an unfortunate car accident. A year later, the mother gave birth to triplets, two girls and one boy. All of the air in potato chip bags that people complain about isn't air at all. It's actually nitrogen, which serves the purpose to keep chips crisp and to provide a cushion during shipping. Humans take in 11 million bits of information every second. However, we're only aware of about 40 of these things. Crocodiles don't have sweat glands. In order to cool themselves down, they keep their jaws open. A group of owls is called a parliament. A group of giraffes is called a tower. Unlike many other members of the cat family, tigers actually enjoy water and can swim well. They often soak in streams or pools of water to cool off. Romans used urine to clean and whiten their teeth. They were actually onto something, as urine contains ammonia, which has a cleaning substance that results into clearing out everything. There's a Canadian toy company called Child's Own Studios that turns children's drawing into stuffed animals. You're more likely to die on the way to buying a lottery ticket than you are to winning the lottery. In 2011, Barack Obama became the first president to have ever brewed beer in the White House, which is named White House Honey Ale. If you combine the sales of McDonald's, Kellogg's, and Microsoft together, cocaine would still exceed the three combined. You're not allowed to take mercury onto a commercial passenger plane as it can damage the aluminum the plane is made out of. Every spring, a set of 21 swings is set up near a bus stop in Montreal's entertainment district. Every one of them acts as a musical instrument, and as people swing, pre-recorded sounds fill the air. The Eucalyptus diglepta, or more commonly known as the rainbow tree, is a tree that sheds its outer bark to reveal a bright green inner bark that turns blue, purple, orange, and maroon as it matures. Giraffes can last longer without water than camels can. Queen Elizabeth II has someone to wear the shoes she gets before she wears them to make sure they're comfortable. There are at least 7 apps on the App Store that are priced $999.99, which is the maximum price you can charge on the App Store. In 2011, a New Zealand trucker named Stephen McCormick fell on a high-pressure valve which lodged in his butt and inflated him to twice his size, nearly killing him. He did survive, but it took a full 3 days to burp and fart out the excess air. There is a floating stage in Singapore that sits above the water that can bear the weight of 9,000 people. It's used as a soccer field, concert stage, and place of celebration. The mantis shrimp can punch with a speed equal to a bullet, 50 times that of a blink of an eye. In fact, a blow from a mantis shrimp can easily break through the shell of a crab or mollusk. A company by the name of Vestergaard Fransen in Europe launched a life straw in 2006, which makes contaminated water safe to drink. Users simply just have to suck up the contaminated water through it as if they were any other regular straw. Without using batteries or chemicals, it removes 99.9% of parasites, 99.9999% of viruses, and provides one person with an entire year's worth of drinking water for only $20.0. You can rent the entire country of Liechtenstein for $70,000 a night. In fact, Snoop Dogg once tried to do that in 2011 for a video shoot, but the country said no, primarily because he just didn't give them enough notice. The heaviest human ever recorded was John Minnick and weighed 1,400 pounds 635 kg. He later lost approximately 924 pounds 419 kg, the largest human weight loss ever documented. According to Daniel J. Bice, a psychiatrist at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, about 2% of the population are considered the sleepless elite. This means that they are night owls and early birds simultaneously. If you come across a stranded dolphin, do not help it. Help it back into the water. More often than not, they beach themselves purposely because they are sick or injured and are trying to avoid drowning. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance of flamingos. Larry Lewis ran the 100-yard dash in 17.8 seconds in 1969, thereby setting a new world's record for runners in the 100 years or older class. He was 101. Actor Leonard Nimoy once gave a cab ride to John F. Kennedy. The future president told the aspiring actor, "Lots of competition in your business, just like in mine. Just remember, there's always room for one more good one." Yak shaving is the term for getting sidetracked by multiple other tasks before finally being able to complete what you originally started out to do. Philadelphia cream cheese was first created in New York. It was named after Philadelphia because, at the time, the city was renowned for its production of similar cheeses. Also in Mexico, any brand of cream cheese is often referred to as Queso Philadelphia. The sword stuck in the stone in Disneyland can be pulled out of the stone when a red light is flashing in a nearby window. There's a DC character from the 80s who got his powers from cocaine. His only weakness was cocaine addiction. There is a bill known as the Cheeseburger Bill, which makes it illegal for people to sue food companies for making them obese. After winning an Oscar, Daniel Day-Lewis retired to become a cobbler in Italy, only returning to acting after Martin Scorsese convinced him to star in Gangs of New York. During Romania decided to send its vast collection of treasure to Russia for safekeeping. In 1918, the new Soviet government cut all diplomatic ties and refused to return the treasure. Russia still holds the treasure, valued at over $1.5 billion, and has no intention of giving it back. In 1984, Robert Patrick, the actor who played T-1000 in Terminator 2, was involved in a boating accident and he swam for 3 hours to get help for others. Most wasabi eaten in the United States is actually just a blend of horseradish, mustard, and food coloring due to the prices of real wasabi. In 1954, the city of Bombay in India had such a bad rat problem that they began accepting dead rats as taxes. This led to the mass breeding and killing of rats to use them for payment. Speedy Gonzales was banned by Cartoon Network for being an offensive stereotype, only to be returned after a mass protest by the Hispanic American community. The human heart can now be permanently replaced with an artificial turbine created by scientists at the Texas Heart Institute. It causes a constant flow of blood rather than a pulse. You can actually donate your voice to help people with speech impairments so that they can select a vocal identity of their own. Quentin Tarantino's '64 Chevy Malibu was stolen from the set of Pulp Fiction in 1994. It was recovered in 2013. Miley Cyrus's first job was to pick up the brass and the underwear that her dad's fans country singer Billy Ray threw on the stage. She got paid $10 for it. Movie popcorn costs more per ounce than filet mignon. Spain's Paralympic basketball team were ordered to return their gold medals won in Sydney in 2000 after nearly all of their players were found to have no disability. After the fall of Berlin in WW2, so many rapes occurred that over 100,000 births in the city were believed to be the result of rape. For the Guinness World Records, it is required in the guidelines of all large food type records that the item be fully edible and distributed to the public for consumption to prevent food wastage. The Aztecs fought with a macuatl, a wooden sword embedded with prismatic blades made from obsidian, a volcanic glass stone. According to reports from Spanish conquistadors, it was sharp enough to decapitate a man and even a horse. When Edward I of England was coming back from the Ninth Crusade in 1272, he learned that his father had died and that he had been made the King of England. Instead of returning home to be crowned, Edward went on a leisurely trip in Italy and France for almost 2 years and only came back in 1274. In 1504, Leonardo da Vinci produced wax casts of the ventricles of the human brain. Sleepwalking is also known as somnambulism. Sleep talking is also known as somniloquy. In 1999, 30.1% of all traffic accidents resulting in a fatality involved alcohol. An estimated 180 million people worldwide are visually disabled. An estimated 20.5 million people in the USA older than 40 years have a cataract in either eye. It is estimated that 30.1 million people will have cataracts by 2020.